I'm going to need a second opinion on this episode. I don't really know how to feel about it. I mean, on the one hand, it did have some funny moments, and there were feels, but on the other hand, I do feel they went a bit far with Rainbow Dash. I'm not exactly sure if I'd say she's out of character, but I are confuzzled. It is interesting to see how winter gets made. We've seen how spring gets made. We see, well, at least see a part of fall, if not the beginning of fall. You can give me a moment. But on Rainbow Dash, may I just say, she is now an Egyptian goddess, because that is how deep in denial she is. And she got a bit mean for this, but the reason I'm not sure if I'd say this is out of character is she is loyalty and got used to tamping around. I can understand her being emotional about it. And I really do like that Fluttershy is the one to knock her out of it. And also I find it funny that Twilight and Applejack aren't crying their little exchange. And then Applejack cries on the inside. That was funny. Also, what was funny was the part with the Pegasi where their names were just a little bit too perfect. Clear skies, open skies, fluffy clouds. Sorry, my nose hairs are tickling me horribly. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure how on board with the episode I am, but because really, I'm half surprised they didn't animate not Fluttershy, Rainbow Jack. Son of a Alright, let's try that again! Rainbow Dash with a ball, because she was holding the idiot ball throughout most of this episode. But yeah, I think I'm gonna need a second opinion I need another perspective on this episode, but I don't dislike the episode so far, though for all I know somebody will give such a scathing review and it'll make too much sense and I come out despising this thing like Daring Don't. If you look at the Daring Don't review, although this time I'm not going to link it, just look it up, dang it. My Daring Don't review was a lot more lukewarm, and then the parts I didn't like were put into even more focus, and parts I'd missed were put into focus, and then, now I just utterly despise the episode. The weird thing, though, is I can still watch the episode, but even the good parts are drowned out by that horrible concept. But, yeah, I'm just not entirely sure how to feel about this. But I do know how I feel about Tank's pajamas. Those were just adorable. Well, I'm going to leave you here because this is ambled on far longer than I had content for. Bye. As I figured, a second opinion did help. Dr. Wolf does point out that if you take out hibernation and put in death, it all becomes a metaphor of dealing with somebody who's about to die. Admittedly, even for me, it's a bit dramatic, and really I would have preferred someone actually die, not even necessarily from the normal cast. Go ahead and have somebody's distant relative we haven't heard of die, or better yet, introduce someone new. But, you know what? In terms of not killing anyone off, I admit it was a good way to do it. And also, again, I could kind of see somebody reacting this negatively to someone not being seen for a few months. I can understand that. So, this episode moves more solidly into I am for it. Unless Tommy Oliver has something to say, because I haven't seen his video yet. But chances are I'm not going to update using a video. So, whatever. Hopefully this is the end.